Walkers, thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to talk about chore charts and allowances and how it went for me. In the last video that I shared with you, I talked about how I wanted the kids to work on these chores around the home and to help me to get organized by working on the chores and also learning how to manage money and be able to make their money and have an allowance and all of that good stuff. So here are the results. The results are in. Cameron made a good $8.60. Jalen made $6.30. And each child could have made more. Jalen could have made $10 plus, and Cameron could have made $13 plus. All right, so let me tell you what worked. What worked is having these chore charts put on the refrigerator for the kids. So that really worked. They were able to go to the refrigerator. They were able to see what chores they needed to do, as well as they held my feet to the fire, as well as their dad's feet to the fire to out and or fill in what they did. So on the days that they didn't do anything, or the chore that they did not do for that day, they received an X, and that's on the paper. And the amounts that they received, we filled in and put our initials so that we knew that we actually approved whatever it is that they did. Now, some of the chores were very easy. The implementation of this chore chart was a little difficult. I don't even want to say that it was difficult. I want to say that it was an adjustment. And it definitely, if you're going to do some kind of chore and a reward chart, you have to be committed. Because the kids are not going to automatically, just say, oh, I have this chore chart, let me do the chores that are in the chart. You have to remind them because it's something that they have to get used to. So the easiest chore for them was getting up and making their beds. So they were able to get up, excuse me. So I just, Chippy's like so cute right now. And let him relax on my leg so you guys can see him. Otherwise, you're seeing like his ear. The chores that were easy for the kids to complete was the making of their beds, hands down. They would get up in the morning and they would just make their beds, and that would be fine. And they would also make their lunches, but that required some prodding. The hardest chore for them or reward for them to get was bedtime, because they were losing track of time and all of that. So it worked out well. Just know that going in, when you do set the chore chart up, that you're going to have to do a lot of reminders. By the end of the week, the kids were actually reminding me in some instances, and that was good because now they're getting the hang of it. The best part of it was them standing there next to me while I took out the calculator and added up every single day and told them what their paycheck was. And it was kind of funny because I asked Jalen, well, do you want a $5 bill or do you want ones? And she wanted ones and Cameron wanted fives, and then he changed his mind. He wanted a $5 bill. It was really cute because they had a chance to decide kind of how they wanted their money to be given to them. And that was great. One of the other things that came out of this was Cameron started using like multiplication, so it ended up being a nice math exercise. And he was like, well, I can make $13, Mom, so in 10 weeks I can have $130 if I don't spend my money. And I'm like, exactly. And he would like to buy, some big purchase. I don't know. I think he eventually wants an Apple Watch. So, in his mind, he's trying to calculate how long it's going to take him. As well as he realized, for instance, that he could have had $13, but he got $8.60. So now in his mind, he's thinking, hey, I need to do more so that I can make more. As well as he's a media arts, that's his major. He's a media arts major. So he's excellent with videography and photography. And one of the ways that he can make extra money is by editing my videos for me. And they're not even really hard to edit because I just tend to try not to make mistakes when I'm talking, or I make the editing very light and I just go with what I've got, because again, you know, I'm just being real with you guys. So he's now is like, well, when are you going to give me those videos and blah, 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 blah. So he's really pumped. Jalen, she realizes as well that she could have had more money. And one of the things that she mentioned was her extra project of opening up some of our old mail and, you know, sorting it, she wants to do. So they're now kind of have a lot of motivation behind them. So that was week one. The most difficult part for me was not really filling in. Well, let me just take that back. Yeah, filling in the chart was a little difficult because it was like, all right, make your bed. But I can't think of any other way to do this right now, and it really wasn't that hard. But I would say that maybe I'll change the list around so that they're in the same order. Like make your bed is at the top of each child's list. Feed and let out Chippy on their days, their specific assigned days are on the same. And so basically making everything in the same order when they have similar tasks. And that will help me to be able to easily track that. Last but not least, I don't know if it was more difficult for me to add up their money or their earnings with a calculator, or if I should put like a formula sum in Excel. I'm just not sure, because it was just as easy for me to just go 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 70 plus 30 and then just write it out. If I have to do it on a computer and do some kind of formula in Microsoft Excel, then I would literally have to now take this over to the computer and enter in their money. So I'm starting to think that I may just up the ante and just, instead of having 10 and 15 cent tasks, that you even make 25 cents or you make 50 cents. And that'll just make it so much easier for me to just go straight down the line and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We know that's $2, So those are some of the improvements that I'm going to make. But all in all, in order to implement a chore chart or a chore allowance chart that is either monetary value or stickers or rewards or whatever that might be, I really think that it requires a lot of commitment. And you just need to commit to it. Otherwise, you're not going to get the help you need around the house, and you're not going to be helping your children learn, the value of money, because that money comes out of their pocket. Anyway, walkers, I will keep you posted on how my chore chart is going. If you have any ideas about how I could implement this system better, please leave your comments in the section below. Also, if you're new to this channel and you like what you see, please subscribe. And give me a thumbs up so that you can see more of what I'm doing to get my family organized and to also help my children learn how to be responsible adults. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye.